Our tale begins with the heir of David, a tumultuous tale of succession within the ancient kingdom of Israel. The once vibrant court of King David is now overshadowed by uncertainty, as whispers of who will inherit the throne echo through the halls. Adonijah, David's ambitious elder son, decides to lay his claim to power. Amidst the intrigue, the trusted prophet Nathan, along with Bathsheba, Solomon's mother, engage in a critical mission ensuring that young Solomon's royal destiny is not snatched away. As power struggles entwine with prophetic destiny, a gripping narrative unfolds, highlighting themes of succession crisis, power, legitimacy, destiny, and ambition. Tensions reach boiling point as the ailing King David makes an impassioned decision. In a stirring finale, Solomon is anointed king amidst celebrations tinged with undercurrents of discontent and jealousy from those who feel sidelined. How will the boy king navigate his newfound power, surrounded by both ferocious loyalty and lurking betrayal? In the early days of his reign, Solomon stands at a crossroads. Despite the crown, insecurity clouds his confidence. He faces internal strife and fragile alliances as adversaries eye his every move. Determined to steer his kingdom wisely, Solomon journeys to Gibeon, the great high place, seeking guidance. There, under the expanse of the starry sky, God appears to him in a dream. The divine voice echoes, "Ask what you will, and it shall be yours." In a moment that defines eternal wisdom, Solomon steps beyond personal desire. He asks not for wealth nor victory over enemies, but for an understanding heart to lead his people with justice and wisdom. Through this humbling choice, Solomon's character shines, embodying themes of humility and divine calling. He accepts the leadership burden not as a throne to be wielded with power, but as a sacred trust to nurture his people. This profound human experience asks us, what do we wish for when the universe listens? Let Solomon inspire you to seek wisdom, for with it comes not only the power to govern others, but to enlighten oneself. Until next time, exploring Solomon's chronicles of wisdom, remember, true leadership is a journey of the heart and spirit. Solomon, a young and wise king, sits on his throne, sketching plans for a magnificent temple for the Lord, a beacon of divine connection. Solomon knows that to build something so grand, he must forge powerful alliances. Meet Hiram, king of Tyre, a strategic partner renowned for his cedar and skilled artisans. Hiram's alliance is pivotal, providing the finest materials and expertise to realize Solomon's vision. As the temple construction begins, the scene is nothing short of awe-inspiring. Massive labor forces are mobilized, tens of thousands of workers chisel, carve, and carry heavy stones, crafting the sanctuary piece by piece. But beneath the grandeur, whispers of discontent start to surface. To fund this colossal endeavor, Solomon imposes heavy taxes and obligatory labor, stirring quiet murmurs among his people. The cracks in the facade are not yet visible, but the pressure builds. Yet the story of Solomon's temple is not just one of spiritual splendor. It reflects the complex tones of leadership, ambition, and the hidden costs of power. Solomon sits on his throne adorned in shimmering gold, the embodiment of wealth and wisdom. His rule is unrivaled in its grandeur, captivating the known world, both friend and foe alike. An air of awe and reverence fills the room as foreign envoys present lavish gifts to Solomon, each vying for a fraction of his attention. The Queen of Sheba is welcomed into the palace. She approaches Solomon not just with gifts, but with questions designed to probe the deepest corners of his wisdom. As they converse, you can sense a mutual respect blooming like a rare desert flower in a harsh land. "Your fame has reached the edges of the earth, Chipuanxiao," she remarks, "but can prosperity truly tame the human heart?" Solomon smiles, pondering her words, a ripple in the gold-tinted lake of his reign. This meeting becomes more than an exchange of pleasantries. It's a confrontation with themes of pride, temptation, and the seductive allure of power. As the soiree continues, a golden chalice is raised, symbolizing the intoxicating draw of influence that stretches across continents. Yet, in a city brimming with riches, the question remains, is it enough? And so the queen departs, leaving behind not only treasures, but lingering philosophical questions in Solomon's court. Will his empire of gold stand the test of time or crumble under the weight of its own opulence? In the opulent halls of the palace, King Solomon finds himself at a crossroads. Once known for his unmatched wisdom, Solomon's heart trembles under the weight of vanity and distraction. Prophet Ahijah enters the throne room, speaking a harsh truth. With solemn eyes, he approaches Solomon, uttering a warning. "O king, your heart dances on the edge of a sword, torn between Yahweh's altar and the gods of your alliances." Despite his great accomplishments, Solomon's blessings seem to wither under the burden of political pragmatism. The prophet Ahijah's warning strikes like thunder. Alone in his personal quarters, Solomon whispers, "How do I serve a divided heart? Is my wisdom clouded by shadows of my own making?" Torn between the demands of his soul and the tides of political chess, the king wrestles with his desires. Jerusalem stands divided. The king's heart reflects the city's growing spiritual conflict, an empire dancing on the verge of decline. Solomon kneels in prayer, his face hidden by shadow, yet the faint light of hope flickers in the distance. In the silence of his chamber, a whisper of hope remains. Will Solomon rise, or will his divided heart lead to his downfall? At the height of King Solomon's reign, yet under the surface of wealth and prosperity, discontent brews among the people. Heavy taxation and labor mandates stir whispers of unrest. Jeroboam, a once loyal servant in Solomon's court, charismatic and with an ear to the ground, he becomes a beacon of hope for the disgruntled Israelites. "Why serve a king who does not serve you?" he asks, kindling thoughts of rebellion. The wise king sits lost in thought, the weight of leadership heavy on his shoulders. It is here he learns of a chilling prophecy. The kingdom will be torn from his lineage, a grave omen that looms over him like a shadow. In the court, Solomon debates with his advisors. Outside the palace, tension escalates. Jeroboam's influence grows as he whispers of a new order, promising freedom from oppression. His words spread like wildfire through the kingdom. Betrayal lurks in the shadow of destiny. Will Jeroboam lead with heroism or ambition? Solomon has yet to realize that the loyalty he once took for granted is slowly eroding. Stay tuned to see how the tides of fate will shape the course of the kingdom with Solomon as king. Welcome back. Solomon reflects on his life, penning down his thoughts. We see all this recorded in the books of Proverbs, Song of Songs, and Ecclesiastes. A Song of Solomon. "In my youth I pursued wisdom and found knowledge more bitter than the taste of gall." Yet, with each whisper of truth, there came an echo of vanity. Vanity of vanities, everything is vanity. What does man gain by all the toil at which he toils under the sun? Generations come and generations go, but the earth remains forever. I have seen everything that is done under the sun, and behold, all is vanity and a striving after wind. There is a time for everything, and a season for every activity under the heavens. A time to be born, and a time to die. I applied my heart to know wisdom, and to know madness and folly. I perceived that this also is but a striving after wind. I saw that wisdom excels folly as light excels darkness. For everything that happens under heaven, there is an appointed time. Solomon's writings scattered across the study, the pages glowing in the twilight. For of making many books there is no end, and much study wearies the body. Now all has been heard, here is the conclusion of the matter: fear God and keep his commandments, for this is the duty of all mankind. The mighty King Solomon's reign has ended, leaving an uneasy legacy. The temple, once a beacon of hope, now stands silent, its gold-laden halls echoing only whispers of a glorious past. Under the gleaming eyes of Israel, Rehoboam, Solomon's young son, ascends, his shoulders heavy with the monumental task of uniting a divided kingdom. I promise to honor my father's legacy, to hold the land together as one. Yet in the north, like smoldering embers ready to ignite, Jeroboam seizes the moment. The call for a new kingdom, of freedom from oppression, is too enticing to ignore. The time for change is now. Follow me, and let us forge our destiny. Thus, the once mighty kingdom is fractured. The unity of tribes crumbles, giving way to discord and division. We see a young Levite standing solemnly inside the temple, holding a scroll with Solomon's writings. Fear God and keep his commandments, for this is the duty of all mankind. Though the path forward may be uncertain, the echoes of Solomon's teachings linger a beacon for those who remain. Thanks for joining us explore King Solomon's journey. Don't forget to follow, like, comment, and share for more stories from the Bible. Remain blessed.